Time to chill with some stats. This time we got the ice type. Nice. So here we go, 50 useless ice type stats. As usual, only regular and regional forms will be in the count, not alternative or megas, unless stated otherwise. Let's just start. The ice type is the least used type out of all Pokemon, with only 56. The Alola region only released one ice type Pokemon. Snorunt was the first mono ice type Pokemon, causing ice to join steel and flying as the only types to not have a mono type Pokemon in the first 2 generations. The most commonly used ice combination is ice and water, which has been used 8 times. More than 1/3 of all mono ice type Pokemon came from the Unova region. Snom to Frostmoth is the only time an ice type Pokemon base stat increased by double or more upon evolution. 44 ice type has a speed stat of 45 or higher. None came from the Alola region. 2 ice types allocate 25% or more of all their stat to HP. Both came from the same evolution line. Dugong, Cloyster, Crabominable, and Glaceon are the only Pokemon to gain the ice type upon evolution. 3 of them came from the Kanto region. 25 ice types has greater than 80 attack. None came from the Hoenn region. The 2 lowest attack allocation by a dual typed ice Pokemon are from the same evolution line. The top 3 ice type by defense and defense allocation are the same 3 Pokemon. 5 ice type has less than 8% special attack allocation. All 5 are regional variants. Qianpao is the only ice type to allocate 60% or more of all its stat into offensive categories. Glastrier is the only ice type with all its bulk categories at 100 or higher. No other ice type has a triple digit HP value with any one of its defensive stat also at triple digit. Snom is the only ice type with less than triple digit bulk and offense. Regice has the highest bulk out of all ice types with a score of 380. 4 ice type has an offense score of 300 or higher. 3 of them came from the Paldea region. Combining a Pokemon's best 3 stats, Hisuian Avalugg has the highest total at 406. Combining an ice type's worst 3 stats, Kyurem has the highest total at a score of 275. 4 ice type Pokemon has an attack to special attack ratio of 4 or greater. All 4 are regional forms. Regice has the highest gap between offense and bulk score at 180 out of all ice types. 2 ice type has equalized bulk and offense. Both came from the same evolution line. Hisuian Avalugg is the only ice type to allocate 60% or more of all its stat into any 2 stat categories. Galarian Darmanitan is the only ice type with a triple digit gap between its attacking stats. Halfway done. Just letting those who care know my favorite ice type is Articuno. Realistically, I don't have a reason for this. I'm gonna just edit this part out and say something goofy like, cause it looks like Mordecai. I don't know, bro. The average base stat for an ice type is 448. Piloswine and Alolan Sandslash are the closest to the average with a base stat of 450. Rounded to the nearest ones, these are the average base stat for ice types. Only Glalie is within 19 points of each of the averages. Likewise, only Snom isn't within 20 points of any of the averages. In fact, none of its stats are even within 25. If physical stats were removed, Snom would have the lowest base stat at 125. And even if special stats were removed, it would still have the lowest base stat at 110. If physical stats were removed, Kyurem would have the highest base stat at 440. If special stats were removed, Hisuian Avalugg would have the highest base stat at 444. 2 ice types has the 24% or higher speed allocation. Both came from the same evolution line. The most occurring base stat for the ice type is 505, which happened a total of 4 times. Snom is both the smallest and lightest ice type Pokemon. Qianpao is the best ice type physical sweeper with a score of 255. Iron Bundle is the best ice type special sweeper with a score of 260. Hisuian Avalugg is the best ice type physical tank with a score of 311. Regice is the best ice type special tank with a score of 300. Out of all ice type, Abomasnow has the highest base stat without a singular stat category at triple digit, with a base stat of 494. There is yet to be an ice type Pokemon that is predominantly green in color. Abomasnow is the closest one, but that's not green. On average, the ice type is second in terms of having the highest HP, only behind Dragon. 34 ice type has a base stat total above 450. None came from the Johto region. The top 3 highest defense allocation for an ice type are the same as the top 3 lowest special defense allocation for an ice type. 3 ice type Pokemon have a special attack allocation of 25% or higher. 2 came from the same evolution line. The ice type is the only type with just 1 resistance. 2 ice type has a base stat of 600 or higher. Both of them are ice and dragon type. Regice has the highest special defense out of all monotype Pokemons, not just ice types. When removing regional forms from the count, 1/3 of all ice types starts with either the letter A or S. These are the average allocations for the ice types amongst ice types, I think. Only Glalie and Snorunt are within 2 percentage points of each of the averages. Likewise, only Galarian Darmanitan isn't within 4 percentage points of any of the averages. Yeah, those were 50 useless stats about the ice type. What type do you want to see next? And yeah, that's about it.